Also today, we are tracking a number of wildfires burning across Washington and Idaho. On your screen there, a number of different fires, including the Muckamuck Fire in Okanogan County, the Character Complex Fire in Idaho. We begin with the Muckamuck Fire that's burning at least 10,000 acres. Then the Character Complex Fire in the Silver Valley. It's also burned over 10,000 acres. Then there is the Ford Corkscrew Fire, continuing to burn near the town of Ford. So far, crews estimate that fire has burned at least 14,000 acres.
It has destroyed at least 12 homes so far as well. KREM 2's Ian Smay joining us live in Ford tonight. And Ian, you spoke with one woman who lost the house that she's lived in for her entire life.
Good evening, Mark and Whitney. I am here at the Clayton Fairgrounds, where many people have brought their livestock as the Ford Corkscrew Fire continues to force evacuations. In fact, you can no longer see the fire from here, and those flames spread quickly after starting on Sunday, and many people have lost their homes in the blaze. The fast-moving Ford Corkscrew Fire left some people with barely any time to pack their bags and get out before the flames overtook their homes.
Basically just some tools and heavy machinery, and that was it. And our pets, and basically everything else was destroyed.
Melody Hall's family home was one of the 12 confirmed loss so far, but to her and her family, the loss is much more than just a statistic.
So I think that's the hardest part for me, is just having to leave behind our family mementos and photographs. Basically everything like that is gone, and so that is really hard for me to think about, knowing that I don't have those anymore.
Hall had lived in her family's home her whole life. It was one of the many thought to be lost in the Rail Canyon area as the flames of the Ford Corkscrew Fire grew rapidly in the past 2 days. So far, it's burned an estimated 14,000 acres, or about 22 square miles. This isn't the first time the Halls witnessed a fire get close to their home, but sadly, this time, the flames just moved too quick.
Luckily, it didn't make it towards structures, but this one just happened so fast, and unfortunately, it looks like we're not the only ones who have lost things.
Hall says at least one neighbor told her they also lost their home in the fire. Her family hasn't been allowed back to see what's left of their property as crews continue to battle the fire. The only photo that made it through the fire was this one of her brother and their dog. Melody is staying with her sister in Loon Lake for now, but she hopes to move back to the place she's always called home.
Well, there are parts of it that have not actually burned, and so just trying to think if we could get some sort of a structure and just go back, even if it's just in a travel trailer for a while, until we can maybe start building something.
The Ford Corkscrew Fire is still 0% contained, but fire officials say crews have started building lines around the fire. Fortunately, there have been no reported injuries caused by this fire, and in addition to those 12 homes that have been lost so far, at least 8 other buildings have been destroyed by the flames, and officials say that number could easily rise in the coming days. Reporting in Clayton, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
All right, Ian, thank you very much. We also know FEMA has now authorized federal funding for this Ford Corkscrew Fire. Washington State's request for funds was approved last night because the fire could cause destruction that would ultimately cause a major disaster. This is now the 6th Fire Management Assistance Grant declared in 2021 to help fight Washington fires. The authorization makes FEMA funding available to pay 75% of the state's eligible firefighting costs. Also tonight, the Walter Creek Fire has now grown to more than 22,000 acres. On Saturday, 3 fires, the Walter Creek, Spur, and Chickadee fires, all in Okanogan County, merged. Today, a community open house will happen at 7 o'clock. That's this evening at the History Park Community Pool in Tonasket. Crews are working on fire containment lines at this hour and putting out additional spot fires.
We are also tracking a fire burning 2 miles southwest of 25 Mile Creek State Park. It's being called the 25 Mile Fire. It's burning now more than 4,200 acres. Grass, brush, and timber are burning in this wildfire. Its cause remains under investigation.
And in Idaho, the Deceitful and Pritchard fires have now combined, merging into the Character Complex Fire. It's grown to more than 10,000 acres as well and is just 10% contained. As of today, so far, we're told there were no injuries and no homes lost. Communities in Eagle, Murray, and Beaver Creek, though, are under a level 3 evacuation order, which means get out right now. Power is also out in those communities, and a number of roads are closed. Those include Kings Pass, Pritchard Creek Road, and Thompson Pass.
We know this is a lot of information, and there is a lot more information that we didn't get a chance to broadcast in this show.
So to make it easy for you, all you have to do is text the word fire to 509-448-2000. We'll send you the links with all of the latest information right to your phone.